Rajashri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasati Gaur Bhakta Vrindam Rajashri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasati Gaur Bhakta Vrindam.
Good day, Haribol Namaste. Welcome to this Thursday Yoga Talk. I am Nephi of Philippine Yoga Academy, and I am a yoga holistic coach. I've been helping people throughout the years to achieve their optimum health and peak of wellness and be the best version of themselves. This show is all about yoga under the sun and beyond. We give you all the bits and talks of yoga, from its philosophy and practices to help and assist you through your yoga journey. This afternoon, let us be inspired to know the benefits of yoga for work at home moms and home based working individuals. Our guest speaker this afternoon is a firm advocate of holistic health. She is also passionate in helping women to build a soulful, rewarding business to create freedom and abundance that they aspire to fulfill, uh, so that they can aspire to fulfill their biggest dreams. A certified health nutrition coach, blogger, educator, beauty wellness ambassador, mommypreneur, mother of Theo, I give you Miss Tara Cantones Tan.
Hello.
Hi.
hello. Hi, Nephi, and hello to your Yoga Academy viewers. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to give value and to share today. So, hello. Maing hapon.
So, Ms. Star, I'm very happy that you are here with me this afternoon. And for the benefit of our viewers, can you tell something about yourself? What do you do, and whom do you it for? Whom do you do it for?
There's the answer. So this is my son. So I guess that's the the first introduction. Say hello. So that's Mateo. I'm a mom. So if you're a mom, hello. And I'm here based in Melbourne, Australia. Originally from Cebu, so Bisaya, proud Bisaya. And I am a certified integrative health and nutrition coach. Originally, yung background ko is actually a human resource. So I used to be a learning development
Mm.
manager. Kaya totally a different career shift, pero that's a different story and another time of the day. So I help moms and women make healthier food and also lifestyle choices through my blog, the Fit-foodie and I run online
Mm.
wellness programs. I do meal prep, cooking workshops, both for private groups and also for corporate. So, and I love food. I am a recipe creator and also an author, I think. So I just released my first ebook, Healthy Cooking Made Easy. So it's really just to help moms, especially, how to transition into healthy cooking. And most of the recipes I have in that ebook is really tested from my own kitchen. So, and of course, I'm an entrepreneur as well. I help women across the world also start and how to run their online wellness business from home. And of course, a yoga enthusiast, not a yoga teacher like as brilliant as Nifai, but I love yoga. I think it's just an outlet for me. And I think that's why I'm here, I suppose, to share my journey.
Yes, because you have mentioned about you love yoga, so that is the first question. What attracts you to practice yoga and incorporate? I know that you are a home-based mom. Yeah,
Yes.
you a full-time and you're
Uh,
working from
mhm.
home?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a work at home
So
mom, and I think most
yes,
of us are right now, right, with the lockdown situation that we
yeah.
are in.
So that was
So,
the first inquiry.
oh
What
yes,
attracts you
what
to practice
attracted me to
yoga?
yoga? Well, apart from being able to get into those yoga, very comfortable yoga clothing, it has been a way for me to de-stress. Actually, like it really sets me up in the morning. I started my yoga practice, I think, over about more than 10 years ago before I became a mom. I was still in Singapore then. And I don't know, I think that time it was really just an outlet for me because I was still working full time in the corporate and it was very stressful. And I wanted to get into something that's not as, like straining as it is, like working out in the
Mm,
gym. So lahi lang siya. It's very different. And but I wasn't that serious to be honest back then. So I did like sign up for classes and all of that, and I did like I tried different things. I tried Bikram, I tried Hatha yoga, and just tried to embrace different types of yoga. So
mm-hmm.
I like the feeling of just the quiet, the calm, the peacefulness when I'm on the mat. And I
Mm-hmm.
think when we moved here to Australia, and obviously when I decided to become a work at home mom, I kind of really needed that me time, right? I think we all needed that as moms. So it's really
Yeah.
just my almost like my escape, especially working at home can be very stressful. And I run like a
Mm-hmm.
couple of businesses. So there are times when, like I think too many things and I just need a breather. So I think it's more than just a workout for me. It's definitely a work in. I think we all hear that from a lot of yogis.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's also kind of like a spiritual journey for me throughout these years, especially when I transitioned from being a corporate mom to being a stay-at-home mom. So I think it helped me a lot in terms of definitely going through motherhood and also at the same time being a business owner and a wife and a woman, right? I think
Yeah.
that for me is the main thing. And of course, like
Yeah.
I love the fact that yoga is also strengthening. Like a lot of people think yoga is a lot just about breathing, but I'm
Mm,
more inclined into like the power yoga, which for me is really like a real workout. It
yeah.
doesn't show like it is, but I like the core strengthening. I think that's one of the things that I really love when I do a power yoga workout. Mm.
Wow. That was so much to tell. And the difference for the information of everyone, that's the benefits actually of yoga because it's an energy gaining exercise.
Mhm.
Um, you mentioned a while ago that it's not like any other exercises that will drain you out. That's one thing about yoga that it I'm talking about the energy of, it's not the calorie that you are burning, okay? It's the vital energy as
Mhm.
a human form of life. Okay.
Exactly. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I have some friends here. And I was just looking at the comments. I just want to. Hi, Grace. Grace is here. No,
Yes,
she's a dear friend of ours, right? So,
yes,
and
yes.
who's here?
Common friend.
Maricela. Oh, hello, hello. Thanks for tuning in. It's always nice to have familiar faces listening, knowing
Yeah.
that we're not alone today.
Yes, yes. I'm actually thrilled to know that you have mentioned about how you appreciated yoga. Now, how do you incorporate that to your daily life? As in, how did you insert yoga when
Mhm.
you have your day?
I get that question a lot because a lot of moms I know we struggle with time. I do struggle with time. Like it may seem that it's probably the only thing I do, like health and wellness, but trust me, like
Mm,
of course, what we see on social media is not everything, right? I just want to put it out
yeah.
there that don't ever feel bad about yourself, mommies, if you think that, oh, good for her, like she's able to do that. Like it doesn't speak anything less about you as a mom. So,
Mm-hmm.
whatever works for you works for you. So if you feel like you can't do it every day, then that's fine. Like even for me, there are really days when I don't feel like going on the mat, and
Mm-hmm.
I kind of I think I'm at that point in my wellness fitness journey that it's not so much as just ticking it off my bucket list for the day or like my to-dos or checklist, but it's more
Mm-hmm.
on because my body needs it. So because
Mm-hmm.
I crave for it, there's a point when it's not just about okay, I need to do this, but it's more on I want to do this. So
Wow.
which is probably why like I try to do it before my little boy wakes up.
Mm,
So the morning is really like it's part of my morning routine. But to be honest, like there are really days when, right, like mornings are crazy, and
yeah.
there are also times when, especially when it's school time already, which is happening next week. So
Mm,
when it's school season, what happens is I actually do my yoga after I drop off my son to school,
mm,
because when I wake up, obviously it's just I'm not able to do a lot. I need to kind of prep him for school, so I do it when he's already in school. But now that it's school holidays, obviously he gets to sleep in, so he doesn't wake up very early. So I do it before he wakes up, and the house is quiet. And yeah, I think it's really just about doing it and finding time to do it. So, but if there are cases when, let's say on the weekend or if we're out for something, then there are really times when I have or like I really love to do it at the end of the day. But
mm.
I couldn't emphasize more on saying that just find time to do it, regardless if it's in the morning or maybe while your son is playing. Because there was really a time when Mateo was only 2, 3 years old, so he was still a toddler, and as we all know, halos dili siya mabiyaan, right? So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do it with him. So there was a moment when I do it while he's playing, and sometimes he hops on the mat with me, although it gets very messy. Pero that was also just a way for me to bond with him. So right now there are really times when he actually does it. Like I'm
Mm,
surprised, he just instantly like does downward dog, or like there was a time when he was like just saying namaste, and I'm like, what is he talking about? So I think our kids really watch what we are doing. But
yeah,
having
exactly.
said that, like I mentioned, your yoga journey is your journey. So,
Mm,
start with something that really works for you, even if it's just 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day. And I guess for me now, because Mateo is bigger, so he kind of has his own time. Sometimes he plays on his own. So I use those pockets of time to maybe do yoga or do another type of workout for me.
mm. That's well packaged that you have time to insert yoga in your daily life. And it's quite powerful in a way that, yeah, we always hear that for many moms that they are saying, yeah, I don't have time to exercise, I don't have this um, me time, So I like to know what type of yoga practices you do in the specific time of the day. Like for example, in the morning, what type
Mhm.
of yoga practices do you do, and do you still do yoga at night?
Mhm. Well, now mostly in the morning because at night I usually do a lot of because what happens is in the morning I try to kind of have my morning routine. So, well, I tend to my garden. So I kind of are into gardening these days. So after I kind of tend to my plants, I do my, I get a cup of warm lemon water. That's how I usually start my day. And I just want to get some sun. Now it's summer
Mm,
here in Melbourne, so which is great. And yeah, I just I do have an online program that I follow. So I've
mm,
signed up with yeah, it's a yoga program, and I think that's kind of my tip as well. If you are just starting out, right? Like
mm.
seek help. Like if you feel like you don't know where to start, I mean, there's always YouTube. You can start off with the free ones. That's how I
Yeah.
started. Like, going to Instagram, maybe there's like a yogi instructor or like Nify, for example, for sure, right? Like get some help from them, maybe get some tips, some workouts that you can follow. So before I just really started with like just hatha yoga, very, very gentle yoga. And
Mm.
I'm not like really as like I mentioned, I'm not like super like a yogi guru myself, to be honest. Like if you've seen me, mine is really more on, like I said, it's kind of my own practice. And yeah, that's the thing, right? Like yoga is not
Yeah.
really about the back bends and the handstands. I wish I can do all of those, but I can't, and it's okay, right? Like for as long as you feel good, you feel amazing on the mat. That's what really
Mhm.
matters. So right now, I'm more into, I have this couple yoga instructors that I that I follow on in the program that I'm enrolled in. So it's really more on like vinyasa burn. That's how they call it. I
Mm.
don't know if how different is it, but it's like a mix of really, like I mentioned, I love power yoga, and
Mm.
also there's a lot around vinyasa yoga. That there's like a vinyasa flow program that I follow. So those are the thing. So those are the type of flows that I'm really really loving right now.
But have you ventured the meditation part of yoga?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yes, absolutely. Like because I do follow again. I'm more into seeking like mentors either online or anywhere else. Like I follow Gabby Bernstein. She's
Mm.
amazing. She's one of the very few spiritual mentors online that I feel, yeah, they're, I know they're like celebrities in terms of being a spiritual mentor, but I find that she's very authentic. And I've read her books. I've signed up in some of her programs, and I love her meditation programs as well. She's, I think, also a yoga instructor, if I'm not mistaken, or at least like certified in some sort of yoga. But she doesn't teach that. She's really more into the meditation and also the spiritual journey. So I do follow her on that. So I kind of integrate that, while I listen. Before I go into my flow, then I sometimes like to listen to just 15 minutes of her meditation, like a guided meditation by her.
So, with your daily practice of yoga and incorporating it to your life, what it is that you have realized in the practices of yoga that really benefits and resonates you well?
Mm, there's a lot. I mean, I think yoga, it's really a journey, like I said, and it's evolving for me. I guess when I started to work from home, and I work a lot. Like this is my home office, and I work a lot on my desk, sitting as a
Mm.
digital entrepreneur. And of course, it's biologically necessary for actually for one to get up, right? Like every hour or so for at least 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
So well, yoga sometimes is just an avenue for me to calm down, or maybe if I feel like I'm so stressed at work, or
Mhm.
if I feel like there's a lot going on. So I really find that when I'm on my mat, I breathe better. So the
Yeah.
breathing, yeah, the breathing exercises I've learned as well, that really helps a lot with easing the tension, the stress, the anxiety. And as a stay-at-home mom, I think it's very important that we have that outlet, right?
Mm.
So because obviously lashing out on our kids, that's the least that we want to do. And I know there are really times na stressful kaayo, right, na gusto lang ka mga saba, and you just want to vent out your emotions. So for me, sometimes the mat is just there for me, right? Like it's just a place. It's a very safe place for me
Mm.
to, to just be with myself, and at the same time just calm me down, and to keep me grounded. So if there are really times that I need like a timeout, so that's when the time that, yes, yeah, I need just a time for me, just getting some stretch, not even like a real flow, like
Mm.
just getting some stretches, or even just as simple as a child pose, or a downward dog. That just yeah, it just changes the perspective a lot.
Mm. That's actually what's one of the magic of yoga, because what you do actually in the mat will be the what you do in the actual life. So
Hmm.
how is your attitude in the mat will resonates, or that's what will happen as you go with your daily activities. So for example, like me, I'm very when I also wake up in the morning and I'm feeling this hype of energy, because sometimes we're like that, we are so motivated. And then when we do our yoga, you will see it that when you do your yoga, it's the transition of your poses is so rapid.
Hmm.
I don't
That's
know if
true.
you have noticed that one. And also if you are kind of lame or lethargic, you have so many tasks done the
Mhm.
other day, and then when you hop to your mat, you just want to go lying down and just surrender, do the yin and some breathing exercise.
Yes,
So
that's right. I think
basically,
that's the word. Yeah, that's the word that you mentioned, right? Surrender. I think I love that word. It's just yeah, like being with yourself, right? Like being
mm,
present at that moment, and it seems like nothing really matters but just you and your mat.
yeah, that's one of the things that I've learned. I just want to share to everyone that is with us today. Um, working moms like you and me, we have chosen this type of work, and I know you will agree with me that when we chooses to be a full-time mom, and we have a lot of things to do,
Hmm.
yeah, aside from taking care of our family and being a what you call this one, responsible housewife, the time that we have in the mat is so precious.
Hmm. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. It's all about taking care of yourself, right? Before taking care of your kids or your household or your husband or your partner. That's so true.
Now let's talk about. I'm actually thrilled that um, how did yoga help you to increase your productivity?
Mm. Well, I guess as they say, happiness is the new productivity. So, uh, I remember, I think when was that? When we moved here in Melbourne about 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So, to be honest, there was a time when I stopped doing yoga when I became a new mom. So that was when I was still in Singapore, because I was working full time. And I don't know, I think when you're a new mom, like there's so many things that's going on. But when we
Mm-hmm.
moved here, and I didn't know anyone, like we it was a new country, new setting, everything was new. And it was such a big transition for me. And for sure, like there was really times when I'm not naman depression of some sort, but there were really times when I felt so low, so alone, so
Mm-hmm.
lonely. And of course, like less productive. Like I was tending to a toddler, walang yaya, nothing. I didn't have my mom with me, no family whatsoever, like immediate family, not physically present.
Mm-hmm.
So the struggle was real. It was really real. So there was really a time na, I mean, like I really needed that outlet to kind of find myself again. So, and that was when I started just rolling out the mat. And good thing I brought my mat then from Singapore. Not that mat, but an old mat. And I just started, yeah, like going back and really practicing yoga at home, because I really didn't have a home practice before when I was in Singapore, when I wasn't a mom yet. Like I was more going to the gym, to the yoga studio. But it was only here when we moved in Australia that because we live far in the city, it's kind of tough also going to yoga studios. And it was tough, right? Because I didn't know how to drive then, and my son was there. So the only way for me to get some form of exercise was at home yoga. So I said, yeah, I mean, it's the easiest, right? You don't need any equipment at all. And I think that's when I kind of really made it a commitment to do just 30 minutes a day. And I felt the difference because obviously I feel like I'm happier or less stressed. And there was just a different way for me to share as well my journey as a mom. And I started sharing that on Facebook, and a lot of moms kind of resonated with that. And I think that's kind of how the Fit-foodie Mommy came about, right? Like my love for healthy cooking kind of evolved, plus also finding ways to be healthy as a stay-at-home mom. So that was kind of how my story unfolded. You know, it was really more of like I needed to do it for myself because my body was looking for it, you know, like mentally, emotionally, and so also socially. So, and from there, I was connecting to a lot of other new moms or stay-at-home moms, and you know, just finding the community, you know, the Fit-foodie Mommy community, because I shared my story through yoga or through any other healthy lifestyle adjustment I made. I think that helped me a lot. And that's kind of how I started my business, right? My other business. So in terms of productivity, definitely like yoga has been one of the stepping stones that I have in terms of connecting to other moms who in turn later on became some of my clients and also even business partners. So yes, I think, you know, there's no one word to describe how yoga has been part of my so-called like career and productive journey.
Wow, so powerful. Um, Talking about more on the depth of yoga into your practice, I'd like to know actually if you will integrate yoga, because you are a nutrition coach, right? So how did you find it yourself that when you integrate yoga into nutrition, how does it is the I want to know if it elevates or you become as you said, you have become more productive, right? But I
Mhm.
want to know the if it really elevates the
Mhm.
level of your wellness and your health if you will incorporate yoga into nutrition.
Well, for me, it depends. I know it's not the answer you're looking for, but I've always believed that, of course, like when in terms of wellness or health, it's
Mm,
nutrition and fitness, right? So
mm,
80% nutrition, that's what you eat, what you put into your body, and exercise. So exercise could definitely be in different forms. It could be yoga, but for some, actually, it could be high intensity trainings, could be Pilates or bar or whatever.
mm,
So I guess for me, it's just that I found that yoga works for me. I actually
mm,
do strength training as well. I do a high intensity workout, so it's kind of a balance for me. So my when I work with clients, I always believe in the what we call bio individuality, which means that
mm,
we are bio individuals, so we are different, very different. So
mm.
what works for me may not work for you or for anyone listening here. So if you feel like you know, like yoga is something that you love to do, I think that's a very important thing. You have to love to do it, right? Like
Yeah,
if you feel like you don't like to do it, or if you feel like it's such a burden going on the mat, then don't do it, right? I'm sorry to
yeah,
say that. Probably not the best advice, but I would rather have you just moving for 30 minutes a day, because you're doing, I don't know, maybe you're going for a run with your partner or you're going for a swim. You know, instead of having to drag yourself into either to the gym or to any form of exercise just because you have to, instead of you love to. So but for me, it did help for sure, because it's a balance, right? Like I do high intensity workouts as well, but I like the feeling of you know, like when I do breathing exercises when I'm going, it's just a very different experience. So in terms of like calming me and easing the stress, the tension, the anxiety, then definitely yoga has helped me do that. Like just getting me into a better mental state, emotional state as well. So in terms of pairing it with nutrition, then a lot of studies show that, for of course, when you mix not just healthy food, but definitely like healthy lifestyle choices through proper exercise or regular movement, then for sure it can help you not necessarily lose weight, but it's more on promoting like an overall healthy and a balanced lifestyle for you.
Okay, so you have mentioned about losing weight because a lot of women is intrigued that many yogis are this kind of body, the slim type and like that.
Mhm.
So, what is your comment about that one? Do you think that yoga is helping people to lose weight, or it's just naturally that you are, because you practice yoga and you
Mhm.
have a proper nutrition? What is your comment from your personal experience?
Well, for sure, weight loss is not just about fitness. Like it has to do a lot with a lot of factors, right? Even your sleep, your stress levels, even your relationships. So definitely, it shouldn't be attributed just to one factor, like exercise just being one. So, and I've met a lot of yogis who are very happy with their shape. It's not about getting thinner. I think it's all about
Yeah.
getting stronger, and even for me, I'm really more an advocate of, yes, weight balance for sure. Like, we're not saying you have to be overweight and that's okay, but just maintaining just maintaining an ideal weight for you that works for you. So meaning, of course, your blood cholesterol is not high. I mean, the bad cholesterol. I think those are some of the stats. Those are the numbers that we should be looking at instead of the numbers on the scale. So, and weight loss is such a sensitive issue, especially for us women. But I've had my share of weight challenges, like way back in my teenage years and postpartum. So for me, I've kind of in that state where it's all about eating right instead of eating
Mm-hmm.
less. And it's
Mm-hmm.
also about moving more, instead of
Yeah.
having to, again, having to torture yourself just because you ate a bag of chips or you ate cookies or whatever. So I'm a firm believer of balance and also moderation. So I do have programs which kind of caters around more on cleansing, cleaning up your diet, but not as a, like as a band-aid remedy, not like a quick fix, but it's really a lifestyle change, like helping you create more better choices, adding more plants for sure into your diet, less refined, less processed junk food. I think that's the number one thing we should be looking at in terms of weight balance. And of course, when it comes to exercise, like it could be yoga for some, it could be running, it could be swimming. So like I mentioned, it's a lot of factors. So for me, it's a myth to think that all yogis should be like super skinny. So
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
like you're on the plus size, like go ahead. Nobody's gonna judge you for doing yoga, because I've seen a lot on Instagram, social media. Oh my goodness, like they're amazing. Some of them are even yoga teachers that I follow online, and they're of different sizes, different shapes, and that's okay.
Well, yeah, that's what we are talking the last time with my last guest, that naturally we have all our body types, and whatever
Mhm.
you do, if you are this water based body constitution, no matter what you do, you still have that big frame.
Mhm.
And for those people like me, like you, even if we keep on even if we keep on eating a lot and putting so much calories into our body, still we will be shaping like this. That's the gift of nature to us. I, um, I guess one of the things that I'm very, very thrilled to know, Miss Tara, is your personal recommendations for moms when they want to start yoga at home.
Mhm. Just do it. I think that's the that's the easiest way to get started. Like, don't wait for the right time when your kids are bigger, or you might feel like, oh, maybe I'll wait next year, or when the timing's right. Like, just do it. Just unroll the mat, and just start with a few workout flows or a few yoga flows and find people online. Of course, Nifai is there to show you the way to follow and get inspiration from. Sign up for a class. That's how really I got started. Because some people feel very overwhelmed, right? Like they feel that, oh, I'm not very flexible. I'm the least flexible, to be honest. When I started, I can barely touch my toes. I'm not very flexible at all. Like even up until now, I'm really not. But I feel that my body has learned, it. And I think that's the beauty of yoga. You discover how amazing your body is. Like you'll be surprised that one day, you can do those crow poses and all of those
Yes.
poses that you never thought possible. So there's power in it. Your body kind of adjusts, and it's a very intelligent piece of creation. So sign up for a class to get started, get free classes on YouTube, or maybe if you're really on it, then enroll in a program. That's kind of what I did, and even until now, I'm enrolled in a yoga program because it just gives you some form of structure and also accountability because you paid for it. So
Yeah.
you feel like, oh, I really need to maximize this one, and do it for you. Do it not because your friend is doing it, because somebody else tells you to do it. Do it for yourself. And we can always have other excuses not to do it. But if you realize like how precious you are, and I think COVID has kind of given us that most important lesson that if you lose your health, like you lose everything. And we only have one precious life, and you are precious. Your health, your body, your mental state, your body needs it, and looking after yourself is necessary. It's not even like a luxury these days. It's a necessary. So in order for us to be better moms, better women, better wives, so you are worth it. So go do it.
Okay. So as much as I wanted to know more about further questions about this topic, on the last note, can I ask you this for personal question, Miss Tara?
Mhm.
How do you relate yoga to what they say self love? What is your
Well,
comment about this
yeah,
one?
well, it almost equates, right? Like yoga is, for me, it's an expression of showing love for yourself in different ways. And self-love is kind of, probably for some, it sounds like overrated, right? Like you hear a lot of people saying it, self-care, self-love, but what does it really mean to you? I think yoga is a very intimate journey for me. And when you talk about self-love, I think it's as simple as finding time for yourself, like finding reason why you should look after yourself. And it can be in the form of yoga for sure. For others, it can simply mean finding time for yourself, having some quiet time. So for me, definitely yes, because yoga, like I said, is a time when I am me, on top of being a
Mm,
mom, on top of being a wife or a business owner or a coach. So it's just me. It's just Tara on the mat, no judgment. And for me, that's the best form of self love.
wow, that's so powerful. Now, we come to the point that we have talked about everything, how people can do yoga at home, how they can start, and you have very clearly stated in all those answers. Actually, I'm out of question right now because you really compacted it in a way that it's easy for people to understand.
I hope it sparks a thing or two. Well, if they have questions, they can always pop it down below, or they can just reach out to me.
So, anything that you want to share about what you offer and how people can connect with you?
Sure. So if you want to connect with me, if you don't mind, being spammed daily with health and wellness posts, I'm in Instagram. Just search Fit-foodie Mommy. Also on Facebook, Fit-foodie Mommy, and my website, my blog, thefitfoodiemommy.com. And that's where you can find some updates. I do run like corporate workshops or group workshops as well, like meal prepping, cooking, or wellness talks. I do that. So if you're interested, if your teams or organizations are interested about that, just message me. And I actually have a couple programs that are in the pipeline. So do watch out for that. You can always sign up for my newsletter I do send out like
Mm.
recipes on a weekly basis, and also you can get some of the first details around that, some promotions as well, inside promotions. So you can find that on if you go to the fitfoodiemommy.com, you can just sign up for that one. You can also download for free like a healthy cooking guide to get you started, and yeah, you'll be in my VIP mailing list. So I'll definitely let you know once my new program is out. I'm actually planning to create like a cooking club. So if you're out
Mm.
there, but it's more than just a cooking club. They could also have access to some wellness experts, so yoga classes as well for one, and some workout videos by fitness trainers. So it's really like a holistic wellness program. So not just for moms, any woman for that matter who likes to make this a healthier year for them. So yeah, hope I can share that to more women out there.
Okay, final and last question that I'm very curious to know about. What does it
Sure.
take to be a home-based mom? You know, what has been the sacrifices that is worth living to be a home-based mom?
It's so difficult to put it into just one line, but I guess for me, it's really just the freedom to do what you love to do, and
Mm-hmm.
get paid for it, which is like icing on the cake, right? Like, let's be practical. Of course, we want that one to be rewarded for what we create, and I think it's,
Mm.
for me, definitely being with my son. Like, I think that has been the best decision for me. It was tough because leaving the corporate world, the so-called the security of like a salary job, but I think once you realize that, okay, this is your calling, and for me, like running like Fit-foodie Mommy, and also working with a lot of women, coaching them in my team,
Mm.
I think that has given me so much purpose. And
Mm-hmm.
when I look at my son, and I realize that I have been part of his formative years as a mom, like
Yeah.
as a hands-on mom. I think that has been one of the biggest joys of being a home-based mom. So if you are one, then hats off to you. And I know it's tough, but we all have the same struggles. And always remember that, like I mentioned, no one has it all together. Like, don't ever think that what you see on Instagram, like, oh, they're so perfect. Like, trust me, I have so many ugly days. Like, there are even days when I couldn't shower, or like crazy days. And of course, you don't see that on social media because I don't even have time to capture those moments. But it's there. The piling laundry is there. I even have unfolded laundry in my laundry area. It's been there for like God knows how long. So I'm in the struggle as well. So I think it's just a matter of how we look at life and how we make the best out of it. And at the same time, just like, what do you call that? Like, shedding a bit of magic to other
Yeah.
people with positivity. I think that we all need
Mm.
that, right? Like, instead of lamenting about the negativity of our life, like, I think the world has enough negativity happening around the world. So share what's positive about your life right now. I'm sure there's always something to be grateful for.
Yeah. I can I can really relate to you with that because like you, mom, and myself, some people think that we have to show something that is, appropriate and less authentic of ourselves as a mom. And for me, being at yourself and showing people who really you are at home and whatever it is that you are showing, aside from those, um, of course, you cannot show in the media that you are nude or something like that to show off. It's something that being a person as a mother and
Hmm.
being authentic as you are to show them to inspire people because we are all in this together.
That's
you know
true. Yes, the
yeah,
struggle is real.
the struggle is real, and I can relate to you when you say about the laundry that it's easy for us to throw the laundry at the side than switching on the washing machine.
Yeah, I know. If only, right? If only pwede na ayaya. Here, good. Like, yaya less, right? So we all have to do everything from cooking to cleaning, everything. So wala. No mama to help me out. No in-laws to help me out. So the struggle is real. Yeah, but we get by. We get by.
Any final any final suggestion to those mom who say na, oh, lusiyang nako, I don't have uh, yoga is not for me, or any fitness activity, I'm so succumbed with my life. Any final
Mm.
message to them? Na, do you believe that moms like us can be losyang? The word losyang, to be
We all
working
have our
on.
loshang days for sure, right? Like
Yeah.
I mentioned that I do have those days as well. Like and I think we're at that stage in social media right now that we kind of like judge ourselves more because we see all those
Yeah.
perfectly curated photos in social media, which is why I think it's always
Mm.
a change in perspective. And it starts maybe with, for me, it's just instead of looking at what you don't have right now, like start to take notice more on what you have right now, right? Like for
Mm.
me, I've started just having that a 5 minute gratitude, not really like a gratitude hour, but at the start of my day, I have this little notebook and just writing down, what are the three things that I'm really truly grateful for today. And also at the end of the day, or even if you're not writing it, just think about, what are the good things that happened today, or maybe you and your son like went out for a run or something of that sort. So for me, it starts with that, and also try to remember what are some of the things that you enjoy doing before being a mom. So I
Mm.
think it's very important
Powerful.
for us
Yeah.
to not forget about that woman inside before becoming a mom and also before becoming a wife, right? Like to,
Yeah.
to get in touch with that person again. So for me, that's like healthy cooking. That's something that I really enjoy. For me, when I'm in the kitchen, I'm sort of like in my element. That's kind of my cave. So
Mm.
and yoga was something I really enjoyed before I became a mom. So which is why I'm kind of like going back into that. So remember those things you enjoyed when you were a child. Maybe it's painting, maybe it's
Mm.
I don't know, maybe it's cross stitching if that's still a thing, or find something that you can still do when
Mm.
you're not when you're not wearing your mom hat. And once you're able to do that, I think it helps a lot because, like I said, happiness is the new productivity. And if you feel like maybe dressing up, because even at home, especially when you're a home-based mom, it's easy just to wear like like your dress no like your night
The
pajamas all
casual.
throughout the
Yeah.
day,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, for me it's important to just show up and dress up, like
Mm.
even if I don't have, let's say, like this one, like a video call,
Mm-hmm.
I really like to change out of my my sleeping clothes because I just like it. And I guess just that's kind of the fashion, the little fashionista in me. I love clothes, so I
Mm.
just want to wear them because why do you need to have an occasion to wear your nice clothes, right? Like you can just
Exactly.
wear it.
Exactly.
Yeah, bisag maglungag lang ka, di ba? Or mapadung ka mang laba. So
Yeah.
I think that's that. You owe it to yourself. Put on a bit of lipstick if you like, your favorite
Mm.
perfume, perhaps. So for me, that has been helpful, just to kind of lift your mood.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't mean you have to like have like makeup on, but do something that makes you feel good. I think
Wow.
that's kind of yeah, where I'm at.
Yeah. What's interesting about being a housewife is sometimes we lose our identity when we get into the marriage life, and
Mm-hmm.
we just realize that our life has been so centered around to our son, to our husband, and then we forget about ourselves. And
Mm-hmm.
when we realize that we need time to ourselves so that we can give more, then that's the time that we do something about it.
That's
And
true. That's so
yeah,
true.
this talk has been really a very good an avenue that you shared your real experience, because there are so many things that similar between you and me, and a lot of our viewers right now are, I know, they can be saying it, yeah, I should have do that. Yeah, why, it's kind of mindset that some women, we as a woman, we tend to overthink, we tend to, kanang mag-una na, wala pa gani ang hinabo, nauna na.
Yes,
Nauna na
that's
ang
true.
outcome.
We
And
overthink. We overthink.
yeah.
I think that's typical, not just for moms, but yeah, typical for all women. Like that's what we call analysis paralysis, right? So we analyze so many things.
Okay. So, Miss Tara, at this juncture, thank you very much for all
My
the input,
pleasure. You're very
uh,
welcome.
for all the
Thank
input
you
that
so
you
much
have
as well.
given. And if I review this video right now, I will be going back to all the points that you have mentioned, and those are very practical and easy. And you have really mentioned it very vivid, and I'm sure that for you who are watching right now, if you have any question, you can comment right now. Miss Tara is here and she is live, and and she can answer that. And if you have any questions, more questions, um, type it in the comment, and during the replay, um, we can we will try our best to answer that.
Well, thank you
Yeah.
for having me as well, Nifai. Like hats off to what you do as well. I'm sure you're helping a lot of women, a lot of moms as well. And I'm super excited for what's ahead for Philippine Yoga Academy. And for those of you watching, thank you for also listening and letting me share and give value. So I hope what I've shared kind of sparked a thing or two. And yeah, I'd love to connect. So yeah, find me on Instagram or message me, and yeah, let me know. And yes, I'll be here for you.
I will be excited to know to talk more topics that is very relevant to yoga as we progress in our career in the future. And I'm excited to share it with you as well, if you are
Well,
open with
definitely. Yes, of course. Why not? Why not?
that. So it has been a long talk for us today. Thank you, Miss Tara, again from the deepest part of my heart. I'm so grateful to have you in my show.
It's a
And
privilege to be here. Thank you so much, Nifai. And yeah, we'll speak soon. And bye,
so
everyone. Thank you so
yeah,
much.
best regards to your family as well.
Thank you. Bye.
So bye bye. There you are. So we have a very nice conversation with the Fit-foodie mom, Miss Tara Cantones. She is also a good mommypreneur, and she mentioned a lot of things that is very beneficial to us, especially if we are working at home. Yeah, find time to yourself, do what you love. Don't try to imitate others. Just be authentic with yourself. Show the women that you can be as a mom, and the best that you can be inside your marriage life. This has been a very inspiring talk, and thank you everyone for always listening and tuning us every Thursday. See you again next week. I am Nephi, and I am signing off.
Gopala, Govinda Rama, Madana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda Rama, Madana, Mohana. Gopala, Govinda Rama, Madana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda Rama, Madana, Mohana. Govinda Rama, Raja. Satyananda